work out to?
Today, it seems like nobody does care. And right now in Washington, D.C., we have seen a fall of the Republic.
Get your copy of Fall of the Republic on DVD at Infowars.com or watch it online right now in super high quality at prisonplanet.tv.
Waging war on corruption. Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. Big Brother, mainstream media, government cover-ups. You want answers? Well, so does he. He's Alex Jones on the GCN Radio Network. And now, live from Austin, Texas, Alex Jones.
It's V-Day on the Alex Jones Show. Here's the second hour with me, your host, Paul Joseph Watson. And, of course, Joel Skousen will be hosting in the third hour, so be sure to stay tuned for that. Now, today sees the launch of our new campaign, You Are the Resistance, Resistance is Victory. And, of course, we're going with the classic historical archetype V symbol of resistance as part of this video and flyer campaign that Alex is launching today. Now, Homeland Security has announced its total takeover of society with the video messages at Walmart checkouts ordering Americans to report on each other. And now we know that these are being expanded to sports stadiums, shopping malls, and other places within your community across the nation. Now, yesterday we posted also the billboard. Homeland Security is now ordering Americans where they can and can't park their vehicle. So we've officially launched our V for Victory campaign to let Big Sis know that we're not going to tolerate the DHS invasion of America. Now, the historical foundation of this V symbol campaign, of which you can download the flyers on prisonplanet.com right now, has nothing to do with V for Vendetta, the movie. It's launched within the spirit of the French resistance, who expressed their solidarity and defiance when France was invaded and occupied by the Nazis during World War II. Now, Alex touched on this a little bit earlier. The confluence of events that created this campaign came as Alex was already preparing to launch the answer to 1984 is 1776 campaign, details of which are going up imminently on Infowars.com. And then I had the idea to incorporate the V resistance symbol within that campaign that Alex was already preparing to launch, because the historical archetype of the French resistance as a whole is a powerful undercurrent of the message of freedom that continues to vibrate through the generations. Now, my personal interest was really piqued when my parents recently moved into their new house in France, which was built in the 1860s. And we subsequently found out that it was inhabited by French resistance rebels who were active in the Yser region of France during the Second World War, which was a particularly rich region for resistance against the Nazis in the latter stages of the Second World War. But on top of that, when I visited my parents at Christmas, we went for a walk in the forest behind their house, and we stumbled upon this huge derelict chateau in the middle of the woods, which we later discovered was in fact another headquarters for the French resistance leadership in the area. And it was basically situated not much more than a stone's throw from where my parents live. And having lived there for many months now, they weren't even aware of it until we just stumbled across it. And it turns out that the reason behind this chateau being derelict is because the French resistance leaders who were headquartered inside it were burned alive when the Nazis torched the house in 1944. So to have such a visceral piece of history in the woods behind my parents' house obviously encouraged me to begin a deeper study of the French resistance, which is eventually what led to the idea for this V for Victory campaign. So we'll get into this more after the break. This is the Alex Jones Show. Wayne Madsen coming up at the bottom of the hour. Stay tuned at prisonplanet.tv.
Hello, friends. This is Alex Jones. You've heard me talk about Cal-Ben 5-star soaps for years. This is an American-made product of the highest quality and compares to nothing you will find in stores. You can buy factory direct, shipped via UPS right to your door. Check them out on the web at 5starsoap.com or call 800-340-7091. Take my word for it. Once you've used Pure Soap, you won't buy anything else. Since 1947, Cal-Ben Soap Company has been showing consumers that soap can be tough on dirt and gentle on the environment. Buy American and stay clean, as well as support InfoWars. Visit 5starsoap.com today or call 1-800-340-7091. Well, Marty, what do you have to say?
As founder and owner for over 63 years, satisfaction is guaranteed or double your dirt back. Call us at 1-800-340-7091 for a free catalog or visit our website, 5starsoap.com. Thank you.
This is Alex Jones with 5 good reasons you should consider buying a solar power generator. Number 1, new climate legislation could easily double or triple your electric bill. Number 2, our new energy czar wants to control how much power your electric company allows you to have. It's true. Total government control of electricity in the name of smart grid technology is coming. Number 3, in some areas of the country, the power grid is dangerously overloaded. And now new socialist legislation is only compounding the problem. Number 4, dangerous weather is always a threat to local grids. Every year, thousands of families lose their power from weather-related outages. Number 5, a solar power generator provides powerful backup insurance and peace of mind. Folks, I really believe in the solar power generators offered by Solutions from Science, one of my oldest sponsors. You can get more information at www.mysolarbackup.com. That's mysolarbackup.com. Remember, the government doesn't own the sun, so go to mysolarbackup.com or call 1-877-327-0365. Diamond Gusset is proud to announce the anthem of the Patriot Movement. They're offering a free CD, T-shirt, and bumper sticker with a qualifying purchase. Diamond Gusset offers great products at great prices while keeping Americans working.
I'm looking for a factory where a man can feed his family. Not worried about them moving it south, closing the doors and shutting her down tomorrow. I'm looking for America.
We're American and be proud. Go to gusset.com/America.
The land of the free and the home of the brave. Seems like I just woke up one day and it was gone, long gone. But I know in my heart it's still
Again, go to gusset.com/America today.
From his Central Texas Command Center, deep behind enemy lines, the information war continues. It's Alex Jones and the GCN Radio Network.
Welcome back to V-Day on the Alex Jones Show on this 21st of January 2011. We've officially launched the V for Victory resistance campaign today at prisonplanet.com and infowars.com. And we're encouraging info warriors worldwide, not just in America, to join us in posting these flyers everywhere as a powerful symbol of our defiance against the takeover of society by the New World Order. And why is it necessary to invoke the spirit of the French resistance to make a point about 21st century America? Because not just in America or the United Kingdom, but the West as a whole is on this same slippery slide towards the very same informant, spy, Stasi societies that were set up by the Nazis and the Soviets, both in Russia and the former East Germany. Homeland security, you're telling Americans to spy on each other to create an environment of fear so that they can then exploit it for total control. And why is that important in the context of history? Well, show me a case in history where the government recruiting citizens to spy on each other led to a more secure, happy, free and prosperous society. Show me one example and I'll show you a chicken with teeth. You know, best case scenario, what's now happening in America leads to political oppression and dissidents being jailed as it did in East Germany. Worst case scenario leads to death camps, as in Nazi Germany. Many of the French resistance fighters in Paris and France as a whole were shipped off to those very same death camps for expressing their resistance against occupation. And now we invoke their spirit, their symbol of the V for victory in our resistance campaign against the takeover of our society, which is in many ways more insidious than black boot-wearing, stormtrooping Nazis. At least the French could see who their oppressors were, whereas in modern-day America, the government simply indoctrinates the American citizens to become each other's oppressors. We had the article a few weeks ago of the father who fed his daughter with organic food, prevented his children from having vaccines. His neighbours reported him as a potential terrorist. See something, say something. This is where it's all heading. Now, I've written, again, getting back to the historical foundation of this, where it's all coming from. I've written many times about the study of Robert Galately from Florida University. And he found that the common misconception about Nazi Germany and how it built up as this totalitarian state from the 30s onwards, a common misconception was that the Gestapo investigations came from the top, when in fact he found that 80% of Gestapo investigations of so-called political dissidents in Nazi Germany came from what they called denunciations by ordinary German citizens. So 80% of the cases were from informants. There were relatively few secret police, wrote Galately, and most were just processing the information coming in. I had found a shocking fact. It wasn't the secret police who were doing this wide-scale surveillance and hiding on every street corner. It was the ordinary German people who were informing on their neighbours. And now, what is Homeland Security telling Americans to do? At Walmart checkout counters, report suspicious activity in a program that's now been expanded to 9,000 shopping malls, sports stadiums, different buildings around the country. And what else did Galately find in his study of informant societies in Nazi Germany? He found that people were motivated to inform on their neighbours, friends and colleagues, not through any genuine concern for security, which is how Homeland Security pictures it, but through banal factors like, quote, greed, jealousy and petty differences. Quote, history tells us that any Stasi-like society does nothing to increase genuine security and only turns the host population against each other while decaying the country from within. And you can read about that study in the article we posted today announcing the launch of the V for Victory contest. So, also in Nazi Germany we had cases where people will be financially rewarded for informing on their neighbours, and we've wrote several articles over the past few years where in fact now local authorities in America are doing precisely that, giving people cash bonuses for turning in their friends and neighbours. And Homeland Security has embarked on the very same thing with their announcement that they're now looking for the general public to give them PSAs that promote this very Stasi spy program. So they're openly handing out cash bonuses for the American public to promote their fear-mongering agenda. So the interesting thing to this whole campaign is, of course, what it's based on generating, which is a reaction. You know, will the neo-lib, statist, Obama, Borg, Hive blogs and their allies in the establishment media demonize this as they did the Obama Joker campaign, as racist? You know, they tried to say it was vandalism. They labeled it, the LA Times did, as an act of cultural terrorism, when, you know, getting it down to